All right, we're picking up on the other side of my shade garden. This again is a white veined hosta. And again, I like the white. I think I said earlier that this is a white and blue themed garden. And the reason that it is white and blue is because it is so hot here in the summer that the white and blue really makes it feel like it's a cool little oasis of sorts. This is shield fern down here. It's a native fern to South Carolina. It has not thrived very much because of the competition with the trees. I have a Japanese painted fern back there. This is Blue Angel hosta, and it's finally coming in to its full size, which is really big, and I like it. And this fern has decided that it's putting out new leaves again, or new fronds again, with the hellebore that's tucked inside there. And this is an autumn fern. Most of it died back. You can see it didn't, I don't know what happened, but look at what's coming up. Behind that is stained glass hosta. And some oxalis. Now, I don't know if this grass is going to do all right. It needs more sun, and so we'll see. That's an experiment. This is a holly fern. It's going to tolerate a little bit more sun, which it will get during the midday. Back there is Miss June hosta, and I have Empress Wu back in the back. Empress Wu is not near as big as it's going to get. This is the second year I've had it. My hellebores have faded out a little bit, but they still make a nice filler. There's an annual begonia in there as well. Cleaned out the bird bath. This is a Japanese maple that I got at Costco. And it is so pretty. And I'll back up here and let you see what that little shade area looks like. I think it's one of my favorite places to look from my porch. And I have another stained glass hosta in here with Tiarella. It's an annual, and it will bloom all summer eventually. This oak leaf hydrangea is peeking through from a long way where it's rooted back there in the woods. My stinking hellebores are almost finished. This is more Iris tectorum that I got from Thomas Jefferson's garden at Monticello, and it has a white bloom that comes out later. I like this pink Japanese maple, and it's going to be, it'll turn green in the summer, but right now I like the pink color. This is tractor seat plant, and I have more Spigelia or Indian pink in there with some oxalis. This is Persicaria, and it will bloom all summer with tiny white blossoms at the tip of each one of these stems. And I'm very excited to show you that down here, that is Amsonia. It is not common here. And I have another one right here. And I'm trying to get it established. It's a very feathery textured plant that really is beautiful when the wind blows. It's 3 seasons of interest. It has small blue star blooms in the spring. In the summer, it has that lovely feathery texture. And in the fall, it turns bright yellow. These are more peonies. They do not do well blooming. They do not have enough sun. And unfortunately, peonies do not like to be moved. So there they sit. And I'm hoping that they will cooperate. I've limbed up some trees, so maybe they'll sprout some blooms. I have an unknown hosta. It self-seeded in my yard. And a hellebore, of course. And I have no idea what variety it is, but it's just a very common green, boring hosta. And I have, this is endless summer hydrangea. And back here, I have planted some edgeworthia. It's tiny. I'm hopeful that it will take off this year. Ginger is supposed to come up back behind it. We'll see. Now, this is my wonderful hardy begonia with these beautiful underside of the leaves. And it moves. So every year it comes up in a different spot. But I like it. It's a shade hardy begonia. Has delicate pink blooms in the summer, at the end of summer. This is pulmonaria, or lungwort. It has finished its spectacular neon blue blooming. I've never had it in the ground before. It's shade tolerant, it's deer resistant because it's got hairy leaves. So we will see how it does. I've failed at that before. Let's see. Bluebells are just finishing. Another hydrangea. I have a tea olive here. And this side of the yard, I'm trying columbine. I love it. I love those delicate blooms. And this is supposed to be hardy, and it gets water here, so I'm hopeful. This is crested iris, and you can see, look at that little tiny bloom. Isn't that beautiful? And it stays teeny-tiny like that. It needs shade. And this is a double pink and white impatiens, which looks like little tiny roses when it blooms. And I put in some salvia along here. This is an oak leaf hydrangea that has been struggling. It was eaten to the ground by voles, but it has come back nicely. So I'm hopeful. And that's more of it. And here we have something called Hearts of Buston. And it will put out little tiny delicate white flowers. And then there's a seed behind those white flowers that puts a red flower out in the late summer. It's very good for pollinators. It's a native plant for South Carolina. The end of the bluebird bells. And look here. The abelia has decided that it's very happy. This is kaleidoscope abelia. It's supposed to stay small. All of the daylilies have fleshed out. My dogwood had blooms and they were pink. Let me see if I can see one here. There's one, a couple left. But it has decided that it's very happy, and I want you to see how it's planted, because the most common mistake with dogwoods is to plant them too deep. And you can see here that the root flare is almost above the ground. And the muhly grass is coming back nicely. This is more kaleidoscope abelia. And over here in the front corner of the yard, I have more Iris tectorum, or rooftop iris. It's called rooftop iris because the Japanese used to use it on the roof of their houses. And here I have some bearded iris, some more coral bells, heuchera, and lots more Indian pinks, the spigelia. This is a daylily. Some annuals in here. I have some coreopsis, bitsy daylilies, and look at the azaleas. And they are starting to fade because it's been so warm here, but they were so beautiful. And I have this hellebore that I had in the last video. It did bloom after all, white, with my lime green coral bells. Very happy there. I have some papyrus coming back up over there. And lastly is this flower bed that I put in 3 years ago. And it has some coreopsis, which is just getting ready to bloom, a daylily, penstemon. This is Gara. Behind it is phlox. I have foxglove this year, that's new. This is more Gara. And look at this Amsonia. It's really coming back. It started out with 3 fronds. Last year it had 6. This year it has 12. I'm so excited. That's Veronica. It will put out a blue flower. This is Wagella. It is not doing well. I don't know what the problem is with it. I've trimmed off the dead parts and we'll see how it goes. And I have some salvias in here. There's one of them right there. And this is another salvia. It's more autumn sage and it will bloom purple. And I cut that back really severely this winter and it has come back nicely. And I have basil. I always plant basil right here because I can come out of my garage and trim basil and use it in tomato pies. I have more of my bearded iris over there. And lastly, I have a new container that has a Japanese maple in it. It had some Persian tulips in there. It now has vinca annuals and these snapdragons. And this, I think, I've forgotten what it's called. Fiber optic grass is the common name. I'm excited to have that back there. And there's a little teeny salvia back there. I'm hoping that the Japanese maple is a very slow growing variety. And so I'm hoping that it will look more like a decorative container that is just real full. The Japanese maple will serve as the thrill. Everything else is the fill, except the grass, which is the spill. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my yard. I hope you are having a great springtime and enjoying all that it has to offer. This is yellow diplena, and it will last all summer. It's an annual. The pansies will die in the heat, but hopefully this will take off and fill in. So happy gardening, y'all. Celebrate God's creation.